Okay, so let's have a quick talk about um, J.R.R. Tolkien, the author of Lord of the Rings, of course. I just have a couple of questions that I want you guys to think about as um, part of the writing discussion, or the written piece that we're going to do now for our final activity. First of all, I want you guys to think about what you think the inspirations were um, in Lord of the Rings. So, what do you think inspired Tolkien to write Lord of the Rings the way he did? Excuse me, guys. Um, I'd also like your thoughts on the use of the language and prose, of course. So, is the use of language, is it formal? Is it informal? Um, and of course, how does that affect the um, what do you call it, the tone of the piece? Does the language being formal or informal affect the overall tone? And if so, how? And if not, if it doesn't, then it doesn't. But if it does, then how does it affect the tone? I'd also like to know what you think the general tone is, and if you think that as the story progresses, will the tone change? Um, okay, so those are the sort of questions that I want answered, I guess would be a good word to use. Um, Now, for our writing activity, what I want you guys to do is, or what's going to happen is, I am going to divide you guys up. I want you guys to split into groups, and we're going to look at the characters and the story in general. What I'd like you guys to do is, in your groups, read a section of chapter 1. Okay? Maybe the first 2 or 3 pages or so. Then in a written piece that you guys do, the questions, the things you're going to discuss are which characters you liked and why. So who did you like best in the chapter and why? What you think, again, what you think the tone is, where you think the story is going to go. And I just want to check the other question here. Okay, yeah. Sorry, I've got all the stuff listed behind me here. So I want you guys to discuss which characters you liked best and why, how many main characters you thought there were, is there a central focus to the book, and if so, what is it thematically, I think, and yeah, I think that's the last one. So there, those things, and then what you're going to do is, when each group is finished, you guys are going to sort of pick a member of your group, and that then each group will get a chance to present their findings, their written piece to class, and we'll all sort of discuss it together, give feedback and that kind of thing. And now this is the interesting part, okay? What I'd like you guys to do at the end of all of this oh, excuse me. What I'd like you guys to do is to tweet this lesson. I want you guys to summarize it, but I want you to do it in a particular way. I want you to tweet the lesson, or to tweet a lesson summary, I should say. What that means is that I want you to write a summary of the lesson, but I want you to do it as if you were writing a Twitter message. So 140 characters. Just a quick show of hands. Who here? I just want to see how many people are actually on Twitter before. Oh, okay, so all of you. That's great. That's wonderful. So just when you do the summary of this lesson, I'd like you to do it as if you were doing a Twitter message, so, or a tweet as it's called, and have it listed at 140 characters. Okay, so let's get the groups done. Let's get the groups organized and get this writing and discussion going.